Wow. He's giving everybody his bobo. That's what he's doing. Oh, he got the mic. Davian, mess it up. Say, hey, 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 hey. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Beverly again. Today I'm going to be reflecting on postpartum depression. I never thought I was going to go through postpartum depression. In the beginning, when I first was pregnant, I was thinking like, why would I go through postpartum depression? I was like really unsure about it. I didn't know too much about it. I heard people went through it, but I don't know people's stories, so I didn't think I would go through it. I was so happy about having a baby, so I'm like, why would I go through postpartum depression? But when it happens, and you have no control over it. Anybody can go through postpartum depression, and it's very, very common, but it's not something people speak about because a lot of women are really insecure about having postpartum depression. There are women that put it out there and they share that story and stuff like that, but it's real serious matters, that postpartum depression. Some women go through it really, really bad, some women go through it not so bad. I think I was right in the middle. I wasn't going through it bad, but I had my moments where I would cry and stuff. So when I had postpartum depression, happened, you could say, literally right after I gave birth. I was happy the baby was here. I was happy to have my family. I was happy, overall with life, me being able to spend time with my baby and get paid for that. But I wasn't happy with myself. Us women, we don't snap back. Some women get the luck and snap back right away, and some women don't get the luck and don't snap back right away. I wasn't, lucky to snap back right away, so I looked different. I wasn't myself. That was probably the most I ever weighed in my life with no baby. So I was a little depressed because of that. You get stretch marks, your body changes. The recovery process is really, really difficult. If you have not watched my last video about my labor and delivery, go watch that. Most of my videos talk about similar things, so I would like for you guys to watch that one first and then come watch this one. So if you haven't watched it, go now. So yeah, so my body was different. I would look in the mirror and I'll start crying. Taking care of a baby that's always crying because they're hungry or tired or not feeling well. You start to feel like the problem is you as well. Sometimes you feel like some people, didn't happen to me. Some people feel like hurting the baby so the baby can be quiet. Some people, they have really, really bad thoughts. Some people want, become suicidal. Thank to God, I'm not one of those people. But I was really, really insecure about my weight, about my everything. So before the baby, before I tried to lose weight, because I was going on vacation. So right before vacation, I was, working out. I was trying to, go hard so I could look good in vacation time. I wasn't heavy set. I'm always been around the same weight. So before working out, I was 143. After working out, me going on vacation, I was 138. And I went on vacation, I became pregnant. Then during the time of me giving birth, right before like the day that I gave birth, I was 185. So right before me giving birth, I was 185. After delivery, I was 160, around 165, around there, if I'm not mistaken. So I lost about 20 pounds without the baby. And most of that is water, most of that is fluids, most of the baby, a lot of those things happen. So us women, we lose weight right away. Us women lose weight right away because of that. So after the baby is 160 something, I still looked really, really bloated. I gave birth December 9th. So by Christmas time, you're taking pictures, family pictures and stuff like that. And I was really, really insecure to see the pictures and look at them and just see how bloated I look. And I didn't see myself. I didn't see, the person that I always see in the pictures. You always have those pictures like, oh, I look fat, or, double chin, but I look bloated, and I was really, really upset. with that feeling. And just having, there was a night where the baby was crying, and I started crying with the baby. I was exhausted, and being depressed, a lot of things emotionally make you sad or make you want to cry, or you just feel just a lot of self insecurity. So baby is crying a lot, Thea is sleeping, so I start crying with the baby. And that's when I realized that I had postpartum depression. It was probably a month after me giving birth that I realized that I had postpartum depression. I became where I didn't want to do anything. I couldn't do anything because I was always with baby, and D was working at the time. He took a month off. Well, he took 2 weeks off, and then he went back to work. So I was always with baby. He was my life. He was everything to me. We was balancing things out because he was going to work. Majority of the time was with me. We were always home because a newborn, you don't want to take the newborn out all the time. So I wouldn't take him out too often. It's winter time, there's no places to go but appointments. So I was depressed. And when I tell you that once you have the baby, a lot of people stop looking for you, a lot of people stop checking on you, and this is probably the most time when you need somebody. Even when you are pregnant, a lot of people stop to hit you up so that you guys can hang out, or you get just a checkup on you and stuff. Some people don't realize how much that affects a pregnant woman, but it does, because a pregnant woman feels secluded from everything because now she has to stop doing certain things. So when she doesn't have that friend who hits her up, or whoever it is hit her up to check on her, or to hit her up to see how she's doing, or come over or help her with the baby, it becomes really, really hard on the pregnant woman. So that can cause depression as well. I felt really lonely when I was home with Davian. Some people call me here and there, but I wasn't going anywhere. I was always with Davian, and we were always sleeping or just doing like I was probably on my phone 75% of the time, just looking and scrolling. And I became depressed to the point where I wasn't doing much. I would cook, I would sometimes clean, because having a baby is really, really hard that you clean on a daily basis. So I would clean here and there because the baby stuff is everywhere. And then when he would nap, I would nap just to get that nap in, and I won't be tired. But I was really, really insecure with myself, and not having like the support that you thought you would have. I have my mom, and she was always calling me, and I was always calling her, and I had D be there. He would take the night shifts, and he will stay up with the baby all night when he can. And I am so thankful for that, because I always get my rest because of him. He is always with the baby in the nighttime, and I can sleep through the night peaceful. But yeah, in the beginning he was always with the baby at nighttime, and then I will be with the baby during the daytime. He would get some rest before work, and then he will go to work, and that was basically our day. And it becomes depressing as well, because your partner is like dedicated to the baby as well. You're dedicated to the baby. You guys lose a little bit of the touch that you guys had before the baby. Everything's about the baby. It's like nothing's about you anymore. Everything's about the baby, which is totally normal and totally fine. But you become a whole different person. Like now everything has changed. So it's a little tough to deal with in the beginning, looking at pictures and comparing myself to the way I was before, thinking that I'm never going to go back, and just looking down and just being so sad about where I was. And then I have finally applied to a new job. I was going on an interview. I had to go get an outfit for this job because now I'm not fitting into any of my clothes, so I have to go get new clothes. And I went shopping with my best friend, and we went looking for outfits, and I didn't fit into my practical size that I thought I would fit into. I was fitting into a size 10, something I never thought I would go into double digits. And it's nothing wrong with fitting into a size 10, but being a girl that was a size 1 before baby, before Davian, to go to a size 10 was really, really dramatic for me. I felt really, really like low about myself when I would go to the dressing room to try on those pants and they wouldn't close on me. I felt so horrible when the shirt wasn't fitting me the way I wanted to fit me, and me having to change the clothes, and me just changing in the fitting room was really like a lot for me. So I got hired in March, the week that I started, I started to realize that I was becoming a couch potato. So I wanted to start working out. I wanted to get back on the groove because I was getting back to work eventually. So March, I was supposed to go back to work. This was going to be my second job. So it was a lot to take in, and then COVID-19 happened. COVID-19 happened, and then I worked a week, and then that was it. That was my training week. I worked like 2 days, and that was the end of that. So once COVID-19 happened, I was told to stay home until further notice, just because I was at high risk with being with a newborn 3-month-old, and having my significant other who has asthma and who is also at high risk. I was told to stay home until further notice. That's when I took it upon myself to start working out, start getting back into the groove of, trying to lose weight. And it was really, really tough because in the beginning, working out was so different because I felt so heavy. Doing a burpee, I just was so out of breath. I was so tired. After the first 10 minutes, I was breathing really, really hard, but I kept it going. I started with this trainer that I always wanted to train with, and I always wanted to go to his gym. It's called PRX. He has a gym in Dykeman, and I started his online course literally a week, like in April, I think it was. I started working out, and within that week, we was doing 5-day, Monday through Friday work, 14-day workout. So we did the 14 days, and I lost about, I think it was 7 pounds. I lost 7 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. I forget a lot of things. Sorry, my mom. I think I lost 7 pounds, and that's what kept me motivated. So, during this time of COVID-19, it was really, really tough for me because a lot was going on. So for somebody to work out during COVID-19, pandemic was really, really tough. But I kept it going. I did the 2 weeks. I took a week off. I went back for the next week. I've been really, really on and off throughout this journey, but I lost enough weight for me to feel comfortable. Now I'm comfortable. I'm sitting at 148. I think I started at 170, 160, 170. 160. I said 160. I started, and then now I'm 148. So throughout this time of the pandemic, I've been periodically working out, and I'm not saying I'm consistent because I'm not consistent. I've been working out here and there, and sometimes I get carried away with eating, and then sometimes I get into the groove and then I'll get back out of it. But I've become to a point where I am comfortable where I am. I'm sitting at 148. Before me working out to go on vacation, I was 143. So I'm literally 5 pounds away from me being normal. So I'm feeling good, but I'm I can get to that again. So I'm working on it, but I'm not in a rush because I am comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I realized that I stopped being depressed after I lost a couple of pounds. After 4 months, you could say, I was having postpartum depression for 4 months. It didn't hit me bad, but I'll say this: I've seen videos and I've seen people talk about it, and I've seen how suicidal people can get, and it is serious, and I want people to take it serious because majority of the time you feel alone, you feel depressed, you feel insecure, you feel like a bad mom, or you feel many things, and majority of the time you don't have an answer as to why. And many people might think, for the people who never had children, who never went through postpartum, you might think, why are you going through this? Because you have a bundle of joy in front of you. Why would you be sad? Why would you not be happy with what you have? But it takes a toll on you. It can really destroy you. It can go on for a long time. If you don't snap out of it, you can be depressed for a very long time. So I say, take the matters into your hand. Try anything you can to snap out of the postpartum if you are going through it right now, or if you went through it or you're still going through it. It's tough. It's really, really tough, but you got this. Whoever is going through it, whoever went through it, we got this. As women, we are super women, and I just want to say that we can do anything that we put our mind to. So keep working at it, keep working hard, and continue being the great mother that you are. And for whoever isn't a mom, you know, just take into consideration for our pregnant women out there that this is a serious issue. This is something, you know, that a lot of women go through. So feel free to contact them. Feel free to ask what they need you to help them with, or whatever the case is, because it happens a lot of the time. So with that being said, I hope you guys like my video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and show love. Thank you.